Hi guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. So this video is gonna be short and clear. I hope so, because I've never done like a talking video like that, because this one is more of talking out of experience. I've been getting a lot of questions about my visa, how I got my visa to come to France, and this is something that I've thought about it, and I say, why not do a video? At least maybe it can get to help somebody who is struggling to get a visa, maybe to travel to Europe or anywhere. We're gonna do this video as we walk, because I like doing videos when I walk. I don't like sitting in one place, so we're gonna just go around. First time I applied for my visa got denied. Second time I applied for a visa, my visa got approved. We have two situations, so I'm gonna talk about why I got visa denial for the first time and how I got my visa approved the second time when I applied for my visa. Visa requirements varies depending on the country you are applying for a visa. You have to know the type of visa you are applying for. You have to make sure that you have all the requirements. So the first time I applied for the visa, Louis Paul was my boyfriend, and he was inviting me to go to his country. We were applying for a tourist visa. That means that I was supposed to come to Netherlands and stay for 3 months. Then I go back to Kenya. So we applied for a tourist visa. First requirement is valid passport. And that's very, very important. You cannot start applying for a visa without a passport. That's very, very important. The second thing you have to have is an invitation letter from your husband or your boyfriend, whoever is inviting you to visit them. That was my case. I needed to have an invitation letter. That's number 2. Number 3, you have to have health insurance. Very, very important. I paid for 150 euros for my health insurance. You have to have a letter of recommendation from your workplace. Oh, guys. Another one that you need to have is two-way ticket. You have to have a two-way ticket. You don't need to pay anything. Just do the reservation of the ticket and wait until you get your visa, and then you go ahead and buy your air ticket. Another thing that you need to have is the bank statement. There is also a visa fee that you have to pay. They told me that I will carry cash money. The day of my interview, I go with the money and pay at the embassy. And that's what I did. So after that, it took 2 weeks, and they sent me, I remember that time I was working out at the gym. Then I received this message from embassy that the motorbike guy will deliver my passport. I knew that the first thing that I need to see on my passport, if the visa is approved, is a stamp. So I started looking, and I didn't see anything. There was nothing. Then it came with a lot of papers that I was supposed to read, and they told me my visa was not approved, and that was very, very frustrating. So after that, I read the reason why they denied me a visa, and they said that I didn't have a solid evidence showing that I will come back to Kenya after those 3 months. So that's what happened. So I was frustrated. So I called my boyfriend. I talked to him, and he was like, no, they can't do like that. It was very sad. It was a really, really sad moment for us. Louis Paul, he was supposed to move to France. So I told him, just move to France, then maybe next time we apply for a visa to France. And that took us 1 month. He moved here because he was supposed to start working. I started doing my research. I did my research, and I realized that in France there is something called PACS, PACS. PACS. It's kind of marriage thing, but marriage is big. You can register your relationship here, and they count it like that's very formal. So that's something that you want to do before you decide to get married. Now this is the part 2, how I got my visa approved after the first time my visa was denied. I waited for him to come to Kenya. Then when he came to Kenya, he brought a lot of his documents showing that he's capable of taking care of me when I come here in France. So now the requirements for the long stay visa. These are the documents that we provided. So one, passport, very important, passport, health insurance, prove that we've been together, we know each other. And that one, we only showed our photos. He did a scan on his visa when he visited me in Kenya for the first time. We even went with our receipts for the hotels where we stayed in Kenya. So we had a lot of proof, because these people, they need proofs. They work with proofs. He gave me his bank statement. Also, he needed to show that he doesn't have any relationship with any woman here in his country. So he needed to have a letter of no impediment to marriage. And this letter must be translated in English, and it has to be original. Yeah, that's very important. So after that, we went for our interview, and Louis Paul wanted to go in with me, which they refused. He had to stay outside the gate. They took our documents, and we paid for a visa fee, and it was only 130 euros, and was given a small piece of letter. On that small paper, it was written the date when I'm supposed to come back and collect my passport. So we went back home. Louis Paul postponed the day that he was supposed to travel back to France, as we were waiting for the visa. Yes. After 1 week, I received an email that I should come back and collect my passport. That day, we didn't even eat anything. From morning, we were so stressed and frustrated. We went to the embassy, and also again, Louis Paul was not allowed to get in the building. I waited for my turn to be called. Then they called me and they asked me some few questions. But when the lady was coming from the office, you know, the counter, and there is a small office behind her, I saw my passport, and the first thing that I saw a stamp of visa, because yeah, it was open. So I saw it and I was so happy. That was the best time of my life. I was so happy. After calling me, I'm waiting. She went back with the visa, with my passport. I was like, wow, what is going on? She should just give me my visa and my passport and go and tell Louis Paul that we got it, we did it. She started asking me questions, and finally she gave me my visa, my passport closed, and a small piece of paper. This is just my experience, and everybody has their own experience. So let me know your experience. Did we travel back together? So if you want to know what happened next, comment in the comment section, and I can do a video and explain to you the next step, what I did after I got here in France after 3 months. Because remember, on the note that I was given at the embassy, I was supposed to follow that, and after 3 months you need to validate your visa. And very soon, guys, we promise we're gonna tell you how we met, and we still appreciate you for getting us to 2,000 subscribers. We don't take that for granted. And always, guys, after watching our video, please just give the video a like, and yeah, let's interact in the comment section. Yes, bye. Bye guys. Mwah.